Hey guys, this is my first vlog. Ooh, fun. Um, I usually don't do these. Nope. Nope. No, this one is mostly come about because of the fact that I don't know. I had if whoever's been watching it, eh, thank you, much appreciated. I'm it's I have 25 subscribers, but it feels more like 3. Probably, honestly, it is 3. And by subscriber, I mean someone who consistently watches my videos and whatnot, or maybe YouTube's algorithm just is like, oh, we're not going to show these anymore because you didn't upload often enough, or some crap like that, which, don't get me started. Ugh. Or subscriber burnout because they didn't want to watch a certain series, or, whatever. But, yeah. I am a really, like, almost non-existent YouTuber, or whatever, someone who uploads to YouTube. And that is very stressful. Probably why I stopped, part of why I stopped uploading for a while there, and honestly debated just shutting them down the channel, which I'm not going to do, because personal reasons and whatnot, which is why I started the channel anyways. But the rate at which I upload, oh yeah, so the low view counts, although, I mean, for first episodes, I usually get about 10-20 views, which I'm going, okay, fine, great. And those views gradually dwindle down to I'm basically the only one watching, which is literally what it's been for the past 3 videos for them. Well, 2 videos definitely, but 3 videos for the most part. I might have gotten 1 extra view here or there, and 1 or 2 views that wasn't me, but that's like, if to whoever watched that, I hope you enjoyed it, because that's the entire. It has no other point other than to entertain, and well, it has other points, but that's the main thing, is to entertain. Otherwise, I wouldn't be doing Let's Plays. I'd be doing other things. But another reason why I stopped uploading so much was because of the fact that I started editing. Any of you guys who have been watching for a while, you would realize that literally most of my videos are just solid. No editing, except for, well, honestly, what you don't realize is the 3 seconds I gotta chop off at the beginning of each video that I record on the Xbox 360 or One, whichever one I'm playing at the moment, due to the whole capture card having a 3-second, oh hey, black screen, yay, fun, not really. But the editing thing bumped up my video editing process from, takes me about 10-20 minutes of actual work, and then about 2 to 3 hours of just waiting for it to get done. That includes YouTube upload and whatnot. To an active, like me sitting there cutting the little buggers up into little bits and pieces, 1 to 3 hours. The longest one took me about 5 hours to edit. No, it was about 4 hours. Granted, the average is about an hour. Of course, with the Dark Souls ones, if I have a montage, that little 3-minute montage you guys see, that's a 2-hour edit, basically, almost every single time. It's fun to edit those, it really is, but at the same time, it's a massive time increase. It's on how much effort I have to put into this. And I'm not gonna drop the editing thing because, personally speaking, I find the videos immensely more entertaining now that I'm doing that. But at the same time, it puts a lot more workload on me. And now, if any of you follow me on Twitter, which I don't think any of you do. I mean, I've got 5 followers on Twitter. Technically 4, minus Rainbow Gear, and every single one of them basically are a YouTuber as far as I can tell. Except for one. So basically I have one person that isn't a YouTuber following me on Twitter, but that's besides the point. Anywho's it. Yeah, I didn't have a job for 2 months. Yeah. It, finally got one. Working at a pizza joint. Being trained to be the shift lead, which I hope works out. And I basically am assuming that there's an 80% chance of that. Because, you know, 20% is basically all the other possibilities that could go against it. But yeah, due to the increased editing time and the fact that I have a job that I've been adjusting to, and the really, it's, I'd hate to admit to it, but the view counts do fuel how much I want to upload. Because of the fact that the channel's purpose is in part meant to provide a little bit of I wouldn't say spice, but kind of jive up a person's day. Like, let's say you got having a dull day and brighten up a person's day a little bit, you know, especially on those days that are just terrible and you just want to lie down for hours on end. I want to be the guy that can help. Like, I want to be, screw it, I'm gonna say it out loud. I want to be the guy that can jumpstart a person who's had a shitty day, can jumpstart them and get them out of that bad mood, kind of like a hand reaching down into the hole that they essentially are in and saying, hey, here I am, would you like me to pull you out? I can do it, I'm capable, all you have to do is just, one second, like, all you have to do is just grab my hand, that's it, just take my hand, and I can pull you out. For the most, like, well, okay, and by pull you out, it's like, you imagine someone being pulled out of a hole by another person. The other person isn't going to take the entire weight. They're just going to give them enough added leverage and whatnot to get out, because they still have to get themselves out. But what I'm saying is I want to be the guy that can help them to get out of that. And that's like the extreme of why I want to do YouTube. But and the other bits is just to generally provide a person a couple of laughs and some smiles on a near daily basis. Along with the occasional like older sibling, like older brother or cousin or whatever, or someone you happen to know, like advice whenever that happens to pop up. But all that said, that's the driving force behind the channel. That means that low viewers means low people that I'm affecting. And it's like, oh boy. But, and this is why I continued to do the channel about half a year ago, and am still going to be doing it is even if there's one person consistently watching, that essentially meets my personal requirements for doing all this. For putting in what I estimated to be 15 to 30 hours, not joking, anywhere from 15 to 30 hours, well, more like 10 to 30 hours, yeah, about 10 to 30 hours, well, 7 days a week if I upload, yeah, about averaging 10 to 30 hours a week, 10 being low end, 30 being the really, really high end, like if I recorded a lot and editing took a lot that week. Of honestly, the average is about 15 to 20 if I upload every single day. And record. Because even, let's say, 3 hours a day, about 21 hours, 2 hours, and yeah, about 10 to 20. So, all over, the average would be maybe more around along the lines of 15 hours a week. 15 on average. 20 on the busier weeks. Because a lot of the times I will have weeks like 30-hour weeks where I will record just constantly, but I am having fun while I record, otherwise it would show. If I'm not having fun, you're going to know. Or if I'm tired or whatever, I just can't hide it. Not even if I tried, I couldn't hide it. I'm not an actor. Well, okay, I can act, but I have to feel it to be able to get it to go. Okay, these are coming off. That's bugging me. So you guys have been here for a long-winded rant and a lot of explanation and whatnot, but the main point of this video is to ask you guys, how much do you want me to upload each week? How much are you wanting to watch? Like, how much will you be willing to watch? As in, like, what you enjoy personally, not like, oh, support the channel level of, I want to watch this much. No, what you actually want to watch, because otherwise, what's the point? And also, I need help. I think about contacting online communities and whatnot, and it's like, oh, I don't know how. I've never really been all that social online. I might be the most relatively social person IRL, but not online, ironically. Yeah. So that's a massive daunting task, and I honestly need your guys' help. If you could ask people, like communities and whatnot, like say, hey, this guy is awesome. You know, I think you should check his videos out and maybe contact him and say, hey, you know, we got a server or something that's dedicated to people who want to record on a daily basis and upload on a daily basis and whatnot. That'd be great. But at the same time, it's just, I want to get to at least 100 people subscribed and 30 viewers a video, because then I was like, oh, good. I want you guys to comment on the videos, comment on a lot of the videos, because I'm gonna be straight with you. There's no comments down there. It's kind of boring for me because I want to reply to them. I want to have conversations. I want to interact. I want there to be a community, but I don't know how to jumpstart it. So, yeah. If you guys know anyone like who wants to do artwork and whatnot, since I got a job, I can commission people again. Ironically, YouTube is one of my greatest source, one of my like up there sources of stress, but it's also part of what's keeping me, well, like giving me drive to keep on going on. YouTube is the reason why I want to go to college. I didn't want to go to college before. My parents were constantly insisting, saying, you could flip burgers. 1 second, this is getting on my nerves. There, maybe I can. Top of my head's cut off, but who cares? This is what I want. I could flip burgers for the rest of my life, essentially working in a low-wage scenario, or I could go to college. It's just like, okay. The only thing that I wanted was to be a dad and raise a family, because, that's like, you could ask my little sister, but well, technically, actually, couldn't really ask her because I don't think she'd get the question. But if you found a nice angle, she could basically tell you that, yeah, her bubby did like teaching her a lot and generally was. I like being a father figure. I like being the guy, I like the idea of raising a kid and teaching them, passing on my knowledge, and kind of helping them through their development from day one till I die. So I wanted to be a dad. To be honest, I didn't care. I've never, I like the idea of marriage, but not so much. I'm more into the idea of raising a kid than marriage. I'm genuinely debating whether or not I should just adopt, because if I get to a financially stable point, I might just want to adopt and maybe get married if I ever find a decent woman, because I don't feel like I'm ever going to. Well, okay. There are a lot of decent women out there. I shouldn't say find a decent woman. What I mean is find, I guess, the one or whatever. I don't know. I've got ridiculously high standards. Like, I want a woman who is either more mentally stable or as mentally stable as I am. That's a rarity. Why is that a rarity? Because I grew up in an environment where we're dealing with one's issues, or just trying to, I wouldn't say fix the problems, but learning about people and then refining who you are and whatnot, and trying to really deal with a lot of different things was basically a weekly to daily occurrence. I, ever since early high school, have done a lot of not retrospection, I've observed myself and others and whatnot. I've basically been doggedly let's see, observing people, seeking out wisdom and whatnot to really, it's, I wouldn't brag about it, but I am above average compared to my current age of 21 when it comes to general knowledge of life lessons, I guess, is what I would call it. Wouldn't necessarily say psychology, because I might be above average on that, but I guess I'm more mature than the average 21-year-old. Way more mature. Let's be brutally honest here. Granted, a lot of 21-year-olds are just getting out of college and whatnot, and once you really step out into the real world, it does mature you a lot. Of course, I do have the advantage of, yeah, basically, I don't know if I'm ever gonna find even worth dating. I haven't dated in 4 years, so I've basically starting to give up on the idea of dating and just saying, you know what, I just want a kid. If I can be a dad, that right there will basically make my life. Not make my day, not make my week, not make my year, make my life. And, you know, the idea of adopting is very appealing to me because that's me saying that I want to accept the kid who was rejected. I want to say that I want to be their dad. I want to be their parent. And I want to fill in and honestly replace the people who abandoned them. Of course, that's only if they abandoned them just because they didn't want them. If they couldn't afford them, then I'm like, okay, you have my sympathy. If you genuinely, not by opinion, but genuinely couldn't afford raising a kid, then I'm going, okay, your hands were tied. You're blameless. I'm cool. I'm cool. I'm cool with a co-op scenario here. But you know, wow, I just compared parenting to video gaming, but you get the point. You know, co-op, like taking on a dungeon, an MMO or something with more than just one person, or you know, co-op in general. Man, I love ranting. That is this right here is how most conversations go with me. If you ever meet me outside, like in the realm of reality, is that I start with one subject that I want to talk about. I go to something that happens to be on the same on a similar thread that's either really well connected or very loosely connected, whatever pops into my head, and then eventually I might go back to the original subject if I can remember what the heck it was, or just continue going on different threads that just go on branching paths. But yeah, I remember the purpose of this video. It's to ask you guys for help and to say that I want to upload, I'm gonna upload, but I would like more incentive too, as in more people that watch and whatnot. Because it's like saying, okay, I can either I can make, let's say I can make a harmonica a week and give it to some charity or home, like foster home or someplace. Or I can make 100 harmonicas, or 1,000, or 1,000,000. Or like instruments worth 1,000,000 harmonicas or whatever, you know, something like that, you know. Like I can my videos can either have very little impact on the world as a whole, or they can have boom levels of impact. And quick question. How much impact have my videos had on you guys so far? Because, like, could you describe if they've done anything, or if, you know, what you got out of them, what you've gotten out of them so far? Because that's very, very important to me. I mean, you know, I'll go up to random, well, technically not random, but people that, well, actually sometimes random, yeah, sometimes very random, like just out of the blue, no warning whatsoever, it's gonna happen. But people and crack jokes and whatnot, and I like to see them smile and, you know, try to, especially I love doing this whenever I go to places that I purchase things at, to because I know that when you're working all day, one joke out of that entire day could possibly make your day. It could really turn things around for you. I speak from experience. I'm done. I don't really have much else to rant about. You guys just want to listen to me rant about whatever's on my mind? And I mean ranting. This is like pretty much unscripted ranting. I take one concept, and maybe I end up back on that concept, or maybe I just go all over the place. But anywho, this has been Soul022. And as a reward for any of you watching, my name is Christian. Granted, though, with the fact that, sometimes, like, especially in the Dark Souls playthrough, I name drop Banana Pyre's. I'll sometimes accidentally say Banana Pyre's name, or he'll say mine, or, you know, it's happened a couple times, but, for any of you who didn't know, my name is Christian. Camp. Good luck finding me. I'm not joking. My name is Christian Camp. Spelled exactly like a Christian camp that you would, you know, that, you'd think that, kids and middle schoolers and high schoolers would attend. No joke. My mom named me that, and she wasn't a Christian at the time. So yeah. Anywho, may peace be with you, and may balance be a part of your very being. I'm just kidding. Not really, no. I mean, by balance, I mean stability. And whether it be in your life, or in here. Or on your body, healthy body and whatnot. I drink soda, which is... Whoop. So I don't know, my body is probably going to take a nosedive if I keep this up past the early 20s, so I gotta find a way to stop. Maybe I should really take up drinking tea. I kind of have been wanting to do it, but I guess it's kind of like fast food. Soda is basically fast food for me in a way. If you eat fast food a lot, and you keep doing it throughout the years, your body acclimates to it, and it wants it. And it feels good, I guess, whenever it gets the food. And it's easy. Versus going home and cooking meals, which would be immensely better, taste-wise, and how you feel afterwards, and your body, generally, just how healthy you're gonna be. But it's not as convenient, it's not as fast, it takes more time out of your day, and you have to plan for it, and all sorts of things, extra little steps you gotta do. Tea, it might not be like the 3 or 4 extra steps, but it does take a good bit more longer to drink tea than soda. Considering how much I drink, it would take a lot longer, because I'll drink a 2-liter in I need to stop. Maybe I should just get like cold teas versus the really hot ones. Versus the hot ones, because then I could just maybe, I don't know, there's gotta be a solution. But, ranting time! Funny. And use it, may the rest of your week get better. Brad, you know, just overall. And use it. Adios.